What's going on, Napoli Nation? We are fresh off a 4-0 win away at Torino. We saw an amazing display from both our backline and our attack, specifically Kvara and Osimhen. Lozano did have a decent game, but he was incomparable when we saw what these two did on the pitch. All credit due to Torino, though. After that 1-0 lead, they did seem to cause a lot of problems and pressure to our backline. We saw Ricci hit that shot from out the box. Medit blocked it. The bounce back hit Sanabria, hit the post. That made me a little bit nervous. But other than that, we did what Napoli does. We dominated in possession. We didn't need that many shots on target to lay them down. I think we had 6 and we had 4 goals in total. Our midfield was also great as usual. Zielinski he had that cross to Osi's first goal. Once again, another corner goal. Very important. We can talk about that as more. We need to start laying some more of those down. We had a little bit of a break where we didn't have a corner goal for like a couple months, and now we have 2 in the past 2 games. So that's that. Torino did cause problems early, but as Napoli fans, we are familiar with how disciplined and sturdy our backline is. We saw an amazing start display from Oliveira, starting for Mario Rui. We usually see Mario Rui start Serie A games, but man, he showed up this game. He had a beautiful cross to Osimhen's header, one of the most beautifully placed crosses we've seen Napoli hit this season. And remember, we have Mario Rui at that same position with like 6 or 7 assists. We are stacked. It was also great seeing Ndombele score a goal. I've been waiting for that. Usually he hits bigger bangers, but something nice and clean like that never hurts to finish the game off. We saw Osimhen as well. If you guys paid attention, he was very involved in that last goal as well. He outmuscled the defender and the other guy too, and passed it to Kvara for his personal assist. He was everywhere this game.
Yeah, man, those are all good points, Mario. That play where Oliveira had that long crossover to the far post for Osimhen's header, man, that play all around was
Beautiful.
special. The back heel by Kvara started it off, and
Yeah,
man,
just
that ball
from
just
way back in midfield when Anguissa tipped it over his head and then Di Lorenzo brought it up, passed it up. Yeah, it was
oh
a
yeah,
beautiful play. Yeah.
yeah, I forgot
Oh,
about
you can't forget
Zombo's
that
little
part.
thing that he did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was an awesome play from start to finish, and just Osimhen, the way that he got up in the air and held his position where he wanted, and then just put his head square on the ball. That was absolutely one of our best plays this year. I was super excited to see that. And yeah, that's a good point. We're getting nervous though when that shot got that when that rebound shot came back towards Medit, and I was like, oh my god, this one's
Oh,
going to
shoot.
go in. And but Medit did get in front of him. Medit did go over there
Oh
and
no,
tried to screw
it
the
was
goal.
great.
And
Yeah, it was just a
yeah, I mean,
great
I
read
was
by the attacker on the rebound.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, And I'll tell you what, man. I mean, we talked about our predictions in the preview. I really thought Torino was going to really give us a hard time in this game, but we blew them out. We did what we needed to do, and there was
Yeah.
just a few minutes where, like, oh, okay, Torino might score here, and that was about it.
Early
Um,
20th minute after our 1-0 lead, they were causing a bit of problems for like 10 minutes, but
and the thing is Torino is right there under Juve, trying to
mhm.
fight for a Conference League spot. So I really expected Torino to play a better game. I thought Juric would have his dudes ready, but they just looked like they couldn't handle us most of the game. So that was
No.
good to see, especially after the Champions League and not wanting to see them have a letdown and all that. I was a little bit worried that there might be a little bit of a letdown, but I don't know why I'm worried. Why would I be worried? They have a letdown all
You're too
year.
busy. You're stuck in the past.
Yeah. Oh man, but you know what? Let me do something real quick. I can count the rest of the victories we need for that Scudetto on one
On one
hand.
hand.
Yeah. One hand, baby. Oh my God.
I appreciate all
Oh
other
man.
giants for losing these last couple games and making it much easier for Napoli to put in some subs and experiment for the last couple games of this season as well. It's very nice of you guys. Thank you.
For one of the first times in the history of me supporting Napoli, I was cheering for Juve Merda to beat Milan. Or
They're
no,
fighting for a
Inter.
Conference League spot. It's
Inter.
okay. It's okay.
I couldn't believe that I was actually wanting Juve to get a result in that game. I think a tie would have been better, but man,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the second time we've dropped magic numbers, right? I think we dropped like 9-7
Yeah,
in
97,
one
7-5.
weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. They're making it too
Yeah,
easy, man.
man.
But don't get it
Oh
twisted,
my God.
guys. Champions League football is very different, okay? Milan and Inter are going to show up to these games. So, but Serie A is just funny this season, man. But don't sleep on us. Look at the Italian teams, the most in UCL right now. Just saying.
You know,
It's a shit
yeah,
show.
Milan is definitely gonna want to actually try to make some type of statement. So we need to be ready
Yes.
for him.
Yes.
But I ain't worried. I ain't
A
worried one
3-1
bit, to be
loss to
honest.
Udinese. It's whatever. Like, yeah, they have had terrible form in the last couple of games, but please, people, stop sleeping, man. People are getting too confident. Too confident. If we
Oh,
blow them out
I ain't,
3-0, so be it. But don't expect it. That's all I'm saying.
Monty, I ain't worried though. I ain't
No, I'm
worried
not.
one bit.
I'm not worried. I'm just not going to be super cocky about the shit and be like, "Oh, we're this many points ahead," and say, "Yeah, why are we worried about playing Milan this and that?" No, UCL is a completely different tournament, different standings. The mindset is different, but I'm not really worried because we're built for this. That's it.
The only thing that I think Milan might actually have is just Maldini talking them up before that match, man. That's the only thing that I think
What about
might
Ibra?
make a difference. What about Ibra?
Locker room presence.
Locker room presence? Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you being serious?
I don't fuck with that guy, but people love him.
Dude, he got lucky with that freaking PK miss in that game. Did you see that? He
Yeah,
missed
I
the
saw that.
PK.
Yeah,
And then he got lucky and he had another shot.
yeah.
So
In
I'm
Ibra
sure he's
fashion.
not I'm sure he's not happy with that. So man, I ain't worried about him at all. I'm not sitting here trying to say that I'm overconfident, but
Right.
I'm definitely not worried. Especially since we have them at the Maradona in the second leg.
Yeah, I'm glad that we have them in the first leg away, so we can see what's up first. You know,
Yeah,
that's a
no
good point.
doubt, no doubt. Yep.
And we played them at the
Um,
Maradona a couple days before for the Serie A match, so it's a nice little warm up for the next game too. I don't know. It's lined up for us. We just have to execute. That's it.
yeah. If
We're the
we
better team.
execute,
That's it.
exactly. If we execute the same way we've done all year,
Yep.
even if Milan has one of their best games, we're going to at least leave the San Siro with the point. At least leave with the draw.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
fine
it's
with a
in our
draw at the San Siro for sure.
and then it's in our hands to just get a victory at the Maradona to advance to the semifinals, man. I'm serious. I am not worried one bit about us advancing to the semifinals, but I also realize that Napoli still needs to be ready, and
Right.
Spalletti will have them ready. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's get back into Torino-Napoli. We were talking about UCL there for a little bit.
Yeah, we got off
Do
track,
you have anything else? Oh, let's talk about the man of the match and flop of the match for sure. We need to get into that.
Okay. All right.
For me, I'm gonna say man of the match easily. You could say Osimhen, Cavada. Shoot, you could say a lot of people. Oliveira, like I don't know, but me personally, I'm going Osimhen. He was involved in almost every single goal. He had a brace himself. He was all over the pitch. Shoot, I give him a strong 8.5, 9 rating if I really had to. Like that's how dominant he was this game. And yeah, he didn't have 4 goals, 3 goals. No, he had a brace and no other things. But if you watch the game, you saw what he did. Same with Cavada.
For
You know,
sure.
he was involved with another goal. He had an assist and a goal off the PK. They were all over the place, man. We're stacked. We're stacked.
Yeah, for sure, Marty. I can't disagree with that, man. Ozyman had a brace, and like you mentioned earlier at the beginning, he fought for that ball, and I think he had like 2 or 3 dudes that were trying to get that ball from him, and he ended up getting away
Yeah.
with it and passing it off for that pre-assist to get that goal for Ndombele, right? That's who got the
Mm-hmm.
goal off that
That's
play.
right.
So yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I don't think that you can even try to say that there was somebody else that was man of the match. Everybody played well, but Ozyman just manhandled Torino, man.
And you could say flop of the match. I hate to say it, but you could say it was Lozano just because he kind of underperformed compared to everybody else. But I'm not gonna go there and give him flop of the match. You know, we'll leave that for actual flops who like cost the game or stuff like that. I'm not gonna give flop of the match to.
Oh, I got a flop of the match.
Who do you got?
Uric. How can Jurek not have his dudes ready to play better than that, man? They
You
are
didn't see what he
fighting
said
for
before?
conf.
He said they'd have to be lucky as hell to freaking beat Napoli. Everything would have to go their way. He was already like,
He said that?
he said some shit where he was basically saying Napoli were going to win the game. In other
What?
words, yeah, you don't
No
remember that?
way.
Yeah,
No, I didn't see that. Oh
mm,
wow. Well,
yeah.
that even
Usually,
makes
it's
it
not something
worse.
they usually hear from him. Usually you hear him like
Yeah.
shit talking.
Wow.
So. But what happened
Yeah,
last
I
time as
mean,
well? We humbled him when he was talking shit last time too. So
yeah, man. I
yeah,
mean, for me, yeah, it's easily him because I just don't think that they were tactically ready. I don't think they were mentally ready. They didn't even look like they were physically ready to be honest. And they're supposed to be fighting for a conference league spot. They should have been able to at least perform well enough, no matter how good we are, to try to get at least a draw out of that match. I really believe that they could have done that, and they just yeah, they look
you
bad.
believe they
They
could
look
have
like
done that? You
yeah,
believe
yeah.
they have the
If they
talent and the skill to draw against Napoli?
absolutely,
No, I
absolutely.
don't.
At home,
No,
yes, at
no.
home, when things are on the line and you're trying to get into Europe,
Hell
dude,
no.
we've seen it, but we've seen it before when lower
Not this
level
season.
teams.
Not
Well,
this
okay,
season.
not versus us. Okay, not this season versus us.
All right.
You're telling
I'm telling you,
you're
you're stuck
telling
in
the
the
truth.
past right now. You're stuck in the
You're
past.
telling the truth. You're
My
telling the
mindset
truth. But the
changed halfway through the season about the mentality thing. I'm done thinking that.
So that means Milan, when we play them in that first leg, that means they ain't got a chance, man. How many points are
No,
they
they
up?
do have a chance because they're a big team and they have the mentality in the UCL from previous history. Yes, I'm not saying there's players on that team that played in the UCL with them, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying mentally, spiritually, like, God, he's like they get UCL powers. Like it's just how it
Oh,
works with these
God.
teams that are historically UCL proven. Inter as well. Milan have the second most UCL trophies in history. You don't think the players are thinking that, and that's on their shoulders and in the back of their mind? I'm telling you, if I was a player there, I'd be thinking, I'm like, damn, we got all these trophies. I gotta show out. This ain't Serie A. This is a whole nother league. This is a different conference. Like this is different. This is my chance to play better.
Yeah, but as soon as they step on that pitch and they got Kvara coming at them or they got Osimhen skying, they're going to be like, you know what? Yeah, we
Yeah,
suck.
but they really aren't scared of them. Do you understand? When you see them play Kavada, Inter, and Milan defensively, they were never scared of them, or Osimhen too. We saw that they're not scared of them.
I think something that could happen too is Milan could be looking at like the Lazio game. They could go back to the Inter game and maybe try to look at the way that we were played and see if maybe they can do something a little bit different.
They still played
But
well
for
against
me,
us when we played them and beat them 2-1. They really don't have to
yeah,
play that
yeah,
differently,
yeah. I mean, they didn't play bad, but
and we
I
didn't play
hope
that
that
great.
yeah, we didn't. I mean,
Hmm.
I think we played just a tad better than them, but it
Yeah,
wasn't like we dominated them. You're right, but I don't. Do you think that's going to give them some confidence, knowing that they
yes,
actually played well enough in that game to get
because
a result?
they'll just have a different mindset. It's Champions League. There's no point standing differential where they have to not care per se, right? Like, oh, it's Napoli up 18, 19 points. What are we gonna do if we win? Yeah, we'll fight for a second, third, fourth spot. But if we don't win, there's not as much pressure like they're Napoli. It's expected. But UCL, this is your chance. 2 legs, you could do it. Any team can make it through. We saw Ajax as underdogs, Porto, Benfica. Benfica's still here. Like we're seeing it. We're seeing it live right now.
Yeah, but
Anything's possible.
Spalletti gonna have our boys ready though, man.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
I'm just not gonna
yeah,
be cocky about it. I am confident, but I'm not cocky. I'm not gonna say
yeah. I
Milan
got
has
you,
no
man.
chance. No.
I got you. Now, we said we weren't going to talk about anything but Torino-Napoli, didn't we?
Hey, look, this segment can be Torino and UCL talk because there's no games this week. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, guys. So that'll do it for this first segment of our Napoli Nation TV episode 11. The next one we'll talk about Maradona, his impact on Napoli, what the future holds for Cavada and Osimhen, and also their legacy in comparison to Maradona. Stay tuned.